a lot of digging into burial records. So I'm going to throw in some history with it. How many of you are here for the history?
Both.
Both? Paranormal and history? All right.
Yeah.
All right. And I see a big camera pointing at me, so that's fun. Which I'm fine with.
It's okay if you put it on YouTube?
That's fine, absolutely. So we are currently standing in the administration building, and this is one of the two original buildings from the Indiana State Sanatorium for treatment of tuberculosis. This opened in 1911 on April 1st, and they actually started building or working on the property in 1908. There were two different locations in the state of Indiana that they were looking at to have the sanatorium, and it was between Rockville and Greencastle. They liked the environment, that it was up high on a hill. They even did like soil testing. Obviously Rockville won. It was a self-sufficient community, so they had a dairy barn across the highway on 36, so if you go out and look across the highway, you'll see a big white barn. They had a greenhouse, so they had their own bakery, water plant, which you'll see the water tower out there at the end. The power plant, which is the other building that is original, so from 1911, it was added on here and there through the years. Anything you can think of that they needed, it was there, because once you were here, you did not leave, the staff included. So it was like, kind of like COVID, we were terrified that it was so contagious. So the staff had housing here along with the residents. The residents worked with the gardening, they helped with all the work, which is a little yeah, it's pretty cool. Although, I don't know that I would.
Don't know if I want to be a part of that.
I mean, I've seen the living situation, so I don't know. So the administration building, the first floor here was offices. Intake was done here. They wanted it to look very grand when the patients came in. So obviously a nice big staircase. This room over here was the surgery room. So they did perform surgeries also along where the offices were. This is a 3-story building. So the second floor housed doctors, nurses. Third floor was housing for doctors and nurses. And we can take a really quick trip up to the second floor. Third floor looks pretty much identical. In the basement is the morgue. And then there are tunnels that also run under all of the buildings. That's where the pipes run for the steam heat. Off this building, this direction was the women's ward, and then off this direction was the men's ward. Sometime in the, I think, 30s, they built an additional hospital that kind of out in that grassy area out here in front. That was torn down when Leon Bryant took over. They stated they couldn't get it up to code. That was the reason for tearing it down. It was extremely hard. There's an actual article in the newspaper that the wrecking ball had to hit it multiple times just to get parts of it to fall.
Is that right there across from the office?
Actually, just right out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because was it the school that was right across from the office?
Yes. So
Because you can still see the
that
steps.
big house that's there, that's the superintendent's
Yeah.
building. Originally also housing for doctors and nurses, and you will notice along the tour that they had a big problem with housing staff. They just didn't have enough places for staff to stay. So then they had the doctor's bungalows across the way. The superintendent and his family ended up living in the house. In front of the house was a school. And then when you first came in, if you noticed like a metal building down there, that's where the children's ward sat. So there was a children's ward as well. Well, we'll take a quick trip up here to the second floor.
No.
It's an app.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Does it say anything fun?
That's her name.
It said your name?
It said my name.
Yeah, it came up and said.
What is it?
It has an app that, not Starbucks, I guess.
Ghost box?
Yeah, the Starbucks.
Oh, but you said no help.
So just be careful walking around up here. When the new owner took over, this was actually all blocked off with a wall, and it was full, just full of stuff. Records, personal items of residents. It was full. Yeah, feel free to wander around, kind of see how the doctors and nurses lived.
So this was their living,
Yes. And the third floor is pretty much the same.
and you said this was from 1911 to when?
1911 to roughly 1968.
Is there any spirits here who'd like to speak to me? You can follow me around if you want.
I can't see.
I was hoping to be a little darker, but she wasn't. Yeah.
It'll, so, a lot of light coming in here, but when you get in the nursing home,
Oh, yeah, I know.
which I have to say, the nursing home is one of the places that gets me.
Oh yeah, there's that main hallway coming from here. There's always that one chair sitting out there.
Yep.
We were here one day and it was like 90, and we went by that chair and I put my hand there and it was cold.
I kept telling him, I said, there's something.
Because there's, I guess, there's that.
Murder.
Oh, gosh.
So yeah.
Well, before that it said, what are the lights? Does it see the lights?
Yeah.
So I was letting them know, like flashlights and looks
Research here, but we also
But yeah, I think that's the creepiest building.
I wanted
The
to,
nursing
they
home.
tried,
Yeah.
they wanted to do an experiment and put me in the nursing home by myself.
You're like, no.
I was like,
I
That one freaked me out, and the closet.
I witnessed my first physical day in the cafeteria of the 5-story.
Yeah, I always thought this was a neat
you know, that was staff, you couldn't walk through
with
there.
stuff. Yeah.
Records, staff records.
The last time I was here, it was still piled pretty good.
Please get out.
It's like,
All right, everybody in here?
Yes.
Okay, you are currently standing in the morgue. So this was the morgue for the sanatorium time frame. This is actually a chest x-ray machine from, I think, roughly 40s or 50s that I'm not really sure why Leo and Brian kept it here, but it's kind of cool they did. And then this room back here is the ice box. So this is where the bodies were kept.
I thought it was like it looked like a refrigerator type
Yes.
thing.
So if you can walk in there.
That makes more sense to me
Take a
now.
gander.
No, go right, go.
You ever been here before?
No.
Yeah, the one place where they got all their clothes and suitcases is really pretty creepy.
This was what room?
This was the morgue where they kept the bodies.
Yeah,
The cooler.
ice box.
Yeah, I guess when the nursing home was here, they used it as like,
Just a storage.
store their files and stuff.
Something that got in her ear while she was bagging her records.
My life was
Julie, you'll have to tell her what you
Yeah,
just told
I'll
me.
repeat. So, paranormally, you would think, with this being the morgue, that this would be a very active environment. It is hit and miss, but things do happen. There was a volunteer that was cleaning out the records in here, and she was bagging up records to put, so we can take them off and get rid of them. And if you've ever seen the movie The Ring, the girl that makes a sound,
Yeah.
something actually did that in her ear. She left to break. We've heard some rustling around in there, which I mean, could be mice or other things, but I don't know. I haven't really seen evidence of them being there. It can happen. There was a lady on a tour that actually got touched. She was a skeptic. She was like, ghosts don't exist. And she was standing over here all by herself, and somebody flipped her hair. And she was done. So, I'm about to be done.
I was always, what, do you know what this is?
We don't know what this is.
No?
Let me say, y'all damn tourists. All right, we're gonna have to move on. I hear the next group coming.
Before it said haunt, it said my life is here.
So the checkerboard floor down there is the original floor, but that was all through this manor.
Sorry, Christian.
Oh no, you're good.
We're wandering off track already.
No, we're good. We're at the very end of ours. We're just taking the front and back up. So
Okay.
yeah.
I don't feel as rushed.
No, you're good. We're actually about to end. We're just going the front
Nice
way up.
view,
So.
babe. Yeah, this, I think this was like their
I'm not sure.
what?
You guys come on in here. I just ask, do not walk in the far back area. It's very, very soft. Just kind of stay on this side.
This is concrete, I think.
So I heard you say don't go somewhere and I
Yeah, don't go.
Well, this used to be carpet.
That's that post. We're shut in. So this was originally the cafeteria for the staff during the sanatorium time frame. And then that room back there was the kitchen. They didn't have enough room for the staff. They figured out this was a big issue, room for staff. So they ended up building a cafeteria and some other, like a rec area on that side of the building.
Yeah.
So then this was turned into the chapel, and that room back there was turned into a salon. Ironically, once you look in the salon, it was actually still functioning in 2011 for the
Yeah.
residents at Leon and Bryant. What is back? That's another way to get back to the red area and the cafeteria. What was added on to the staff? Okay. Is that kind of connected?
Yeah, these are so cool.
Some of those numbers are a little bit hard to pin down. Right, yeah. But rough guess. Yeah. We do know though, 2011 was when they closed.
How many people did they typically hold, or do you guys have an idea?
I do know for the sanatorium, I mean, they had a wait list of like 400 people half the time. They had an 80% death rate to start with and an 80% survival rate to end with. But I'm not sure how many people were here at one time.
How many was it housed for?
It's an old dumbwaiter.
Some of the records we just don't have.
I didn't know if you guys were able
With all
to
the
piece it
buildings being
together.
torn down, it's hard to figure out like how many rooms they all had.
How many buildings were there before they tore?
So this building, women's ward, men's ward, the actual tuberculosis hospital, superintendent's mansion, the 2 doctors' bungalows, schoolhouse, children's ward, cabin, greenhouse, and then a bunch of like maintenance workers' houses. The 5-story that will end up in was built during the sanatorium time frame. Okay.
Oh, the 50s, wasn't it?
12, yeah, 52.
That was, wasn't that the
Okay. Yeah.
wasn't that the staff?
Yes.
And then how many buildings are currently left out of the 20?
From just the sanatorium? So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. You're making me really think, sorry.
That's okay. I don't mind a challenge. All right, we're gonna head this way, and I don't mind questions. Actually, prefer people to ask questions because I don't always remember everything. There's so much information.
So was this a fire or is this just?
This is literally just water damage. Okay. Yeah.
As I say, it looks like typical like water damage from fire, so I couldn't tell.
Right. There's the roof is a flat roof.
Okay.
For this, and it did not fare well.
Still got the light bulbs up there.
There's old TV pieces over here. Direct them to go around the corner for a second.
Which to the left?
Yes, to the left.
Go to the left here.
Yeah, it's
It said him.
pretty bad back there. Pretty rough.
Alright. Well, I'll just try to stay away
Hey, this looks like the old Wishard back in the...
So we are getting ready to head into the nursing home part of Lee Allen Bryant.
Is that too bright?
No, you're fine. Sanatorium closed down in roughly '68, and it sat for a few years. 3 brothers who were accountants saw an opportunity. They already owned some other nursing homes and decided to purchase the property and turn it into a nursing home, which they did. They even had an agreement with Park County, who had another nursing home on the other side of the county. They were going to shut down. So they made an agreement that when this was completed, they would take their residents. So they got it all built, they got it staffed, had everything ready, and Park County Nursing Home backed out. So they needed residents. What ended up happening is they found a mental health facility in northern Indiana that was getting ready to close and needed a place for their residents to go. So these guys jumped on it because, again, they had a building, they had staff, they needed residents. As a local Park County person, I've heard lots of talk about this, especially from my parents. The residents of Park County were extremely upset that they were bringing in mental health patients. And you'll see why when we get into the 5-story building, which is where they were housed.
That's what I thought.
It is not safe. They could get out. There were no precautions taken to actually. Yeah, are the lights bright?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the rundown of how the sanatorium turned into Lee Allen Bryant.
It was like 1980, wasn't it? I think.
78, 80,
yeah.
like I said, the years are
Yeah.
just kind of iffy. But it got a bad rep from the get-go. Lee Allen Bryant around here was kind of always known as just not the best one. Yeah. Yep. So, all right, so we're going to head into the nursing home.
Why?
Because I'll be kicked out.
By who?
The residents.
Oh yeah.
He's been pulling my hair. I've been telling him to stop. He's still doing it. That and pulling back my shirt.
So, as we walk through here, there's not as much as there was when Greg took over, but you can notice it looks like people just up and walk out. That is 100% what happened. The state came in and honestly, they started tagging the facility in 2003, 2004, 2005, telling them, hey, get your crap together. And this isn't good. So they knew it was coming, but the state finally just said you're done. And everything was left. Lee Allen Bryant had been working on finding some homes for the residents here. And they had found homes for a majority of the residents for when it was shut down. So again, they knew it was coming, but it just happened. There's a break room for the staff down here, and their stuff was still in their lockers. There were pay stubs on the desk in the administration building. So it was kind of surreal walking through here when he first took over because the rooms were still set up. Residents' belongings were still there. The clothes are still there. The laundry room still had linens folded. I mean, it's crazy.
Was there a reason why it closed?
There were multiple reasons why it closed. Fraud was one.
And this was for the sanatorium or the
For
Lee Allen
Bryant. The sanatorium actually was very well known for its care.
And why did it close?
the sanatorium, there was a treatment for TB, so they no longer needed to be secluded. Yeah. Leon, Bryant, there are multiple occasions where patients got out, they eloped, they died, they committed suicide. There was staff to resident abuse, resident to resident abuse. I mean, we've actually seen some of the state report paperwork, and it's not pretty. So there were multiple reasons why they got shut down.
I heard there was somebody was here undercover, like taking,
That I
that's what I
can't
heard.
confirm.
But
I've
they
heard
were
it.
like getting pics and stuff to find out, make
Yeah.
sure, because they were being
I worked
abused
in
pretty
another
good.
nursing home here in town when all this happened, and I heard that. Still can't confirm it though. So yeah, as you walk through here, so this is the first hallway.
Oh, I heard explode. I was
Nope,
like,
it
oh,
said
there and
explore.
explode.
Yeah, go explore. They're telling you to explore. So women, be careful. There is something here that likes to grab booties.
He's already pulled her hair. Somebody's already got her
He's playing with my
hair
hair today, tonight.
already.
Fun.
He's attached to me today for some reason again.
Did somebody ask you a question? Oh.
That's the chair right there.
Those chairs up there.
That chair right there. That's where they've even like ghost hunters have seen, he likes to sit right there.
This is, so we have set equipment up in here that will
Yeah.
get triggered.
But
I always set boundaries, like, can't follow me or go home.
Yeah, because
Same.
like
Well,
that, there's
I worked in
still an
nursing homes
Afghan
for
there.
13 years.
Of course, that's probably been staged.
And not to mention just the stuff. Oh, absolutely. Not sure who these people are. It's only taken a toll sitting here for so long.
Well, mine said court. Makes sense, there's some legal issues that they went through before they closed.
My hands started tingling.
Ours will probably say different things just because they use many.
Oh my gosh, right? We had one lady that
we're leaving the rest of our group.
Are we?
Oh,
Well, that's why I have a tail end person. It's to bring up the crowd. These were our favorites.
this one's set up different.
Yes, we do.
I don't know where our people went.
I don't know where our people went.
They all went that way. Thank you.
Okay, I'll talk.
Thanks for the info though.
Yeah, normally it's the competition up here at 5, so
Oh, we
they
met.
asked us if we would like to open again.
And this hallway here is
Right behind
this hallway here is creepy.
Yeah, once everybody gets up here. So I apologize because tours are a little bit different during the races, I guess, so it's a little different route. So as you can see, this is the main nurses station, and the way this was set up is so they could see all 4 hallways. That's the theory behind it, just to keep an eye on everybody. So you are 100% correct. This hallway is creepy. I've done multiple investigations in here, and really the best place to sit is
Here.
right here. But lots of shadow activity on this hallway, especially when it's pitch black outside. We've got the window. It is scary here. I agree. You've got the window all the way down there, so you can kind of see the movement of the shadows. There's one in particular that, I don't know, it doesn't happen to a whole bunch of people, but me almost every time. it is pitch black in here because we don't have lights on. And there is a shadow figure that's pretty tall, that is darker than dark, like if you can see it through
Like
the dark.
zero light.
And so it likes to hang out right here on this door, which goes into the director of nursing's office.
1700s.
And it will rush you, and you can see it. I did a tour with a bunch of high schoolers, and big old football dude standing behind me,
They
18-year-old
run.
guy.
They ran it.
And he was standing right here, and that thing just rushed us. And I'm not gonna lie, I turned my light on because we were doing a blackout, and I was like, oh hell no, that's not happening. And this kid behind me, I think he just about peed his pants.
So is it better to come like when it's dark?
You will have
If
more
you're wanting the
activity.
paranormal side of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is activity here all day. Like I said, I've worked in here in the buildings during the daylight, and you will see a white mist, you will see shadows, you will hear things, you will hear footsteps. It is active 24/7. But at night, when it's a little bit more quiet,
Because that's when they.
you can hear more, see more, get more responses.
That-
Are we not allowed to go down
Yeah,
that way?
feel free to go
Oh, we
down.
can.
This is the other hallway that's a little creepy, but honestly, like for me, this one's worse.
Like that room just past where the chair is.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there one day and the door shut and it would not open.
Doors slammed down here too.
My son had
Yes.
to actually open the door because it was stuck. Something
I don't
was
wanna
holding
go down
it.
there.
You don't want to go down there?
No.
For a second, I thought it was going back.
So what they told me that I was concerned with said
Hey, Ernest.
Oh, I thought it said furnace.
Is that a chessboard?
Yes.
Yeah, I think a lot of the,
I got a puzzle put together on one of these.
I think ghost hunters set these up just for like effect or whatever.
We've
That-
seen some stuff that's more, for better term, like staged, like you
Yeah.
can tell.
Yeah.
There was like a Bible that was blatantly open that looked like it was maybe a year old.
That was the room. The one with the tubs.
This piece looks like a.
That's I think probably why that chair's right there.
They always hate bathrooms.
These are taking drives off. It's fun. Just to get away with this sightseeing.
Yeah, it was pretty creepy in here.
See, I don't know if that's.
That's the room I couldn't get out of.
This one?
The one with the bath.
What is that?
Yeah, the door's propped open now. But
Oh, that's a tub.
she's braver than I am.
I'm making it cold.
I think so cool is all the old cassette tapes,
I know,
the
right?
VHS tapes.
Funny story, I mean, this has nothing to do with my son, he related to Taylor Swift. And he said he wanted one of those, things. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, round things, like a cadet. A cadet. Oh, no, not even a CD, a record.
Vinyl.
Vinyls are coming back.
Yeah.
But he called it a cadet.
Cadet. She wanted to get in that tub. I was like, braver than I am. That's the room that I couldn't get out of, where that tub is.
Where the tub is?
Door's propped open now.
So do you have a card for your YouTube channel?
I do.
Yes, he does.
My wallet's in the car, but I can.
I'll have to bring it back in. I didn't think you were out. Or before you leave, I'll just put the name of your channel in my phone, so you don't
Okay.
have to walk all the way back.
Yeah, this is the third. We did 2 daylight tours.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do the
No, you've done 3.
3. Yeah.
Because We did one.
And then the kids, and then me and Corey did one, yeah.
Corey, the other YouTuber, but
Do what?
I'd be scared shitless, but I'd do this at night.
Okay, yeah, so I mean, I'm an investigator. I get scared shitless, but I still come back.
Mhm.
Do they ever have groups that need other people?
We can bring snacks.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's my problem. I can't bring anybody else.
Oh.
I still can't do it. Like, has it said any other names?
The Foreman brothers were here.
Sid.
Oh, yeah?
The Paranormal Nightmare TV.
Yeah.
They did one here.
You do a
So
YouTube.
I will
Yeah.
say that
Yeah,
probably the
like
weirdest
abandoned
thing that ever happened
buildings
to me on a
and
tour
houses and schools and
was
stuff.
we were all- That's perfect timing. Okay, what you just heard, there was nothing going on the property that night, because, normally when we do tours, there's nothing else going on. We're standing here and heard a blood-curdling scream coming from
That was probably a little kid
this
out there,
room.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
This room right here.
They're watching.
Mhm.
And we just stood there. And I was like, did everybody hear that? And they're like, we heard that. But then it happened again. So it wasn't just like a random.
I know, but it's perfect.
Perfect timing. Yes.
I did tell you, they couldn't tell if I was hearing a cat or a child, so.
You can safely say it's a child. Was that not your great
Is there anyone in here?
Yeah, so that was the weirdest thing. It happened twice, and it was a really long scream. And it was just like, it was right in here. And this is the same room. This is the same room that our tour guide. She
got spooked.
found wet footprints. Wet footprints were coming out of this room on another tour. It wasn't raining, and they stopped, I think about right here. It was barefoot footprints. Nobody wants to walk around here with no shoes.
Oh, yeah, no
Crazy
doubt.
if you do.
Bad entities here.
And
What is this
the
thing?
feet were
Bad
turned
entities here.
in.
Yeah, I already know
It was
that. Adam was over here, and, they had lit a cigarette because the spirit that wanders over there likes to smoke. So they lit a cigarette, and they put it where it was at the end of the table, and two chess pieces was holding it in place. And they were talking to him, asking him, pick the cigarette up, take a drag, all that.
Door.
Well, we watched the cigarette get picked up like this, and then put back down.
Wow.
And it looked like somebody was taking a draw off the cigarette. That's the first time I've ever witnessed anything physically with my eyes. Luckily, I have two witnesses for my eyes.
And I don't know if you guys know who Adam Fiddle is. He's actually the one kind of running the show. Him and Adam. He has a YouTube channel called Resident Undead. And does investigations all over. But he also owns a couple of places in Ohio. A couple of
What's the name?
Adam Fiddle.
Redneck. What'd you say? His YouTube channel?
Oh, Resident Undead.
Resident Undead. Okay, I thought you said Redneck. I think I've seen some of his videos.
Okay, we're gonna go up to the second floor.
I don't like the second floor is kind of weird too.
This door is sticky. Be careful on your left here, because the tunnels, this is where the tunnels end, and it's not safe.
Thank you.
You okay? Yeah? Something,
There's a lot.
there is.
There's a lot.
I different ones are different ones are
starting.
Right here,
I'm not assumed.
I'm not as bad as my dad.
Thank you.
I
So I
got
don't-
it where the emotions hit.
Do you cry?
Sometimes.
Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. So I don't hear anything, but I feel all the emotions and I can physically feel some stuff, but I will just cry. I will tear up.
I just get
They're
goosebumps.
starting to talk more. Over here.
I feel tingles.
The other one, because the one I was there in the nursing home, he was just practical joker. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Something's right here. So there's a practical joker in the other room?
Oh, yeah. He's the one that was playing with my hair. Probably when
Probably a lot of those around here.
way protected.
Ooh, it's really heavy in here.
I like the lights.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on. Well, congratulations. I think there's a whole lot going on up here today. Yeah.
A little more than there should be.
I can actually like,
Oh, yeah, my chest is
I don't
heavy.
feel, or I don't see things, and I don't like hear things, but I know.
You care if I sit in your chair?
This room right here is the only room in the building for visiting. This was the front entrance downstairs.
If you don't want me to sit in your chair, let me know. Knock my hat off.
Well, the air is charged.
It's just, that darn wig, it's creepy. Some of the furniture in here is just old antique. It's beautiful, like these chairs.
I don't know what's going on with it.
And this that goes kind of.
Because it was scratched.
Oh, yeah, you're being rushed.
My son got scratched on it.
My daughter got attacked on the fifth floor.
What?
Oh. One of them told me that, oh, that wasn't someone told me, I can't remember which dad it was, but they kind of got rushed.
Wherever you are, you can say your name if you want. Speak right into this. Put your head right by the camera and just yell into it.
Yeah, that fifth floor, I ran for my life from the fifth floor.
Yeah, my daughter got attacked on the fifth floor. Something tried to pull her down the stairs when they were all trying to run. Damien got scratched on his ribs, and Jordan kind of got slammed against the wall when they were all trying to leave. That was the same night I witnessed the cigarette, and that night everything was popping off.
Sam and I left and it went.
Yeah, it went nuts.
Can I have something creepy? Back in the tuberculosis time, what'd they do with all the bodies? Is there a cemetery?
There is not a known cemetery on the property. There is one in town that has some of the residents from the sanatorium. There was possibly an incinerator here where they did take care of bodies. Nothing's been
Yeah, it said we were executed. Again.
Are the tunnels, is that like the body chute?
No, actually. Pretty typical of most sanatoriums, but the tunnels here are literally just for maintenance and running the
Laundry.
the
My
steam and
stepmom
laundry.
used them.
But
Pipes.
yeah, no, they did not
They're
actually.
head knockers if you don't not watch where you're
Oh,
going.
yes, they are. I've hit them a few times. I'm going to show you guys the tunnels on the way back out.
Joseph.
But I agree with you. There's been a storm, so since it's been storming, it charges everything.
Yeah.
That ring right straight back there. That one's pretty
Unsettling.
Yeah.
Which room?
In fact,
That
I
room
went
straight back.
there, I don't know.
Feel free if you guys want to go check out that room. I'm going to stay away.
There's one room here that's got a
No,
bunch
Stacy,
of
they want to.
tarot cards on the walls.
They want
I don't know if they did that.
I want to go behind you.
What? Can I see
Sorry.
my fortune?
You should have said get out of my way.
They're all going that way.
I think it's the third floor. It's got all the tarot cards on the walls.
Huh? What is it? Third floor. The tarot
I already went there.
Watch out for that.
Probably kids did it back
No,
before.
it's somebody who's shooting a movie.
Oh, really? You know what the name of the movie was?
I can't find it.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't been able to figure out the name of it or anything.
So are we gonna go out?
No. He's standing with his
Right
back
here?
to the
The
elevator.
elevator?
Yep. Multiple people who stand with their backs to the elevator get scratched.
Holy Spirit.
It was one of these rooms over here. There's no window. The window's out. That's one of the ones we seen the face in.
Is it?
We're like, well, it's just a reflection in the glass. Like there's no
But there's
glass
no
in that
glass.
window.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
The first one I've seen.
you ever gone on the roof?
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool up there. I don't like heights, but let's get up there and look around and
When
see.
they were tearing down the smokestack, one of the girls that works here was up on the roof doing a spirit box session, and she was standing pretty close to the edge of the roof, and something kept telling her to jump.
Really? That little building on top got all the
For the elevators.
yeah,
It's for the
got all the
elevators.
things. That's pretty cool room. Yeah, I always thought 2 and 5 was the creepiest floors in
3
here.
is pretty calm. We've noticed that 3 is like the women were just really nice and they're calm. Yeah. And 4 is okay.
It's warm up here. I'm gonna head on back.
Will you do me a favor? Is that your wife?
Yeah.
Will you give this to her to hold? It might make her feel better.
Okay. She said, "Hold that." It'll make you feel better.
I tried giving her my line. I
But
said,
you need yours. You
Yeah.
needed yours.
I got my pendulum, Miss Black is sitting. This will help absorb the light and bring in the light. This will keep the negative away.
We were here one day and there was like a dozen buzzards on that tower, on the water tower. We were on the roof.
Well, her and I were out here and I was speaking out.
I lost him. He's right there. There's one in there. Yeah. I gave her your YouTube.
Okay.
Your tech advisor helped you out.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you for the tour. Yes, you are very welcome.
Very interesting experience.
There needs a pan that is liquid alive, and it's a cleaner.
Liquid alive.
I think this is, it's an old safe.
Okay.
Broke into it. Now there's the top of the tunnel.
Right there?
Yeah, they run along there and they come out on the road over there. See the old cornerstone there? It says Indiana Tuberculosis Hospital on it. See right here? It's hard to read what it says or what year it was.
Yep.
Let me win. Hey guys. Well, that was the night tour. It wasn't really night, but it's still pretty cool. Found out a few different things I really wanted to find out. Like there's a pool here. I was here before. It was all growed up, filled in with dirt.
God, hurry.
See the steps?
God, hurry.
It's really pretty cool. So, hope you guys enjoy this. I didn't get as much footage as I thought because I forgot my batteries. But remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.